What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Athletics Ascent podcast. Yeah, we'll just get straight into it. I don't know if I should continue introducing ourselves. I don't know if this. Should I? Nah. Well, okay. So yeah, I'll start because I think we started in such an annoying note, or okay. So I'll give context. There's this one class, right? It's a class I'm taking. It's like a language science class, linguistics it's called. And it's so annoying. I hate this, but the assignments they're called like problem sets. They're due at 5 p.m. and I hate that. Every other assignment in every other class, it's due at midnight. And which is fine because then at the end of the day, I get to do it and then submit it, whatever, procrastinate. Well, with this class, I usually do it in the mornings. I usually do those assignments in the morning, but because I started training with UCI again, I just completely forgot about it. And then right now, I don't know why, as soon as I looked at the time, it said 4:50, and I was like, oh. I don't know why it hit me so hard. Like, oh, damn, I forgot to do this assignment. Man, so so much stress, bro, and annoyance from school, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so, yeah, so I realized that and sent out an email to my professor right before recording this podcast. So I'm trying to forget about it and be back in the mood I was before. I was in a good mood.
It was in a good mood, dude. You got a massage.
Yeah.
You got a good mood. Cupping, right? You got some cupping done on his legs. Yeah, dude.
I don't know. And then see that assignment, I go from an A to like a B minus. Bro, it's so whack, dog. I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see.
School.
But okay. Anyways, but yeah. So I started training with UCI again, which is cool.
Yeah.
I've been.
You said no, not everyone was there.
No, so some of the players, they're missing a few things that they had to do because there's like a few like tasks that we had to stay on top of. So like there's like a daily tracker that we have to do. Where on a daily symptom tracker. So on an app we have to like say if we're feeling these symptoms, if not or whatever. And we have to do that every day, and if we miss one day, it can cause us to like miss practice. You know? And these guys, we had to do it 14 days for 14 days straight before going back on campus, and some of the players didn't do it, so they have to wait until they're cleared, and then some of them just are waiting for their second COVID test to come back because we had to take 2 COVID tests. Little things like that. But today we had more players than we did on Monday. Monday we only had about 7 players training, and then today we had about 12.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
Yeah, little by little we're getting more and more players, but yeah, it's cool. It's so nice being back because this entire time I've been training on turf, and then going UCI field is so nice. Being able to train on
natural grass.
Natural grass is so sick.
Yeah,
the field's nice. I mean, it's honestly not as nice as it was before when we were, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
It's just I think it was like super super clean before. Right now it has its little parts, but it's cool. Yeah, and then but then today, man, dude, today my car wouldn't start. So it's so annoying because again, I'm having like a good time at practice, everything's going well, whatever, and then it starts raining, right? Like towards the end of practice. So we get soaked, right? We're soaked we're drenched in rain in rain, and then we go into the gym and we lift. We start lifting or whatever, and by the time we're there, I dry off a little bit, and then we leave the gym, and when I leave the gym, it's pouring now. At this time, it's like pouring, so again, I get drenched again, and so as I'm walking to my car, which is a pretty good distance from the field. I'm like in my mind the entire time I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I just can't wait to go in the car and turn on the heater, right? So that's what I'm thinking, and I go, and so my car, if you click on the lock button 3 times, it'll turn on by itself.
Yeah.
And so I did it, and then I heard it go like the beginning, like doo doo doo, and then it stopped, and so I was like, "What the fuck? Did it turn on?" Or like I was confused, right? And after it turns on, it does another beep. It beeps again, and so I was wet, and I was like, "Oh, it didn't beep. What the hell?" And so I was like, "Okay." So I get closer, whatever, and I go and I turn it on, and it just does one click, like, and I was like, "Oh my god." So dude, it's just so annoying, bro. I'm drenched, I'm cold, I'm freezing because it's in a parking garage, so I'm freezing. My car wouldn't turn on, but I knew it wasn't the battery. I'm gonna act like I know what I'm talking about, like in terms of cars, because I don't know shit about cars, but I'm gonna act like I know what I'm talking about. But I know that the battery is fine because, like, you know, everything, like the lights were working, the headlights were working, everything. The heater wasn't working, but you could turn the air on, and it just blew cold air, but. So I knew it was working, and so I was just like, man, like, I was like calling everybody I knew. So someone on my team is actually like works on cars. He really likes cars, and I called him and I'm like, yo, like this is what's going on, blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, dude, it could probably be your starter. Oh, he's like, it's most likely your starter. And I'm like, oh damn, like so what I do? And then he's like, honestly, man, like I don't have any tools with me or anything like that, like on me, so I don't really know how I could go about it in terms of like me helping you out. He's like, you might have to like call AAA or something. I was like, damn. All right. So, and then I think again, I'm like, oh shit, I know Brian Alvarez, who he's getting into like, he wants to be like mechanic. Like he wants to start working on cars.
Yeah.
And so I call him and I tell him everything. He's like, oh, well, I'm on my way home right now from Fullerton because he just got done training, I think. And he's like, I can pass by if you want to just see if I can help you out. And I'm like, please. Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, please, like, yeah, I'll be down, like, you know, that'd be good. But I'm on the back of my mind, I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know, like that. So that's what I thought. I was thinking, I'm like, what is he gonna do if he gets here? Like, he's just probably gonna tell me like the same thing that the other player told me to the phone. So I sent him my current location. It takes him a little bit to get to where I'm at. He gets there, he's trying some like tricks or whatever to try to get it started. It's not working. And then by this time I called Mimi, our sister, and because Mimi has AAA.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, Mimi, I didn't know that until I called her. But I just called her to tell her that my car's not turned on because I called you too. I was just telling everybody my car's not turned on. Because I tried to see if somebody could help me, bro. I was desperate at this point. Man, I'm freezing in the car and I'm in there for like, I was already like 45 minutes and I was cold. So I called Mimi and I'm like, dude, like, my car's not turning on. I'm cold. Could you help me out or something? She's like, well, I have AAA, but I'm like, well, yeah. So I think in order to use AAA, you have to be there. If you have AAA, because the AAA is like is insured you, so you know. So she had to be there. I'm like, can you just call and see or whatever? She's like, yeah, I'll call. So while she's calling, Brian gets there. Oh, Brian's there and he's like doing whatever tricks and stuff. And then he's like, go inside, try turning it on, and he's like, and I'm gonna do something really quick. And I was like, okay. And I go and it doesn't work at first. He's like, try it again, and then it doesn't work. And I'm like. But it's like it's not just one click now. And then I was like, and he's like, wait, do it again. And then and it turns on. I was like, what'd you do? And you know, have you ever seen those memes where like the girls like just like when they like their car is broken, they just like hit it with a hammer?
Oh yeah.
You know, like those dumb memes. That's basically what he did. He got his phone and the alternator. Again, I'm gonna act like I know what I'm talking about, but the alternator, I guess it connects to the starter. And it connects to the battery, and then that's how it all works or whatever. So he just got his phone, and he just like he just kept tapping on the alternator while I turned it on, and it worked.
So is it the alternator or the starter that's not working?
Again, I don't know, bro.
Sure, bro.
Well, that's why I'll take it to a mechanic and tell him like.
Well, maybe it might not be the starter; it might just be the alternator because it's starting, right? Isn't it turning it on? The car's turning on. So
yeah, it probably is the alternator. I have no idea, bro. I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
but you by the way, why doesn't the car turn on? But yeah, like so. Yeah, so it was annoying, but he got it to turn on, and I was like, alright, beast. And now it's at the point where I don't have to tap on it, but when I turn it on, there's a delay when I turn it on, and so I need to go get it checked and fixed. But it's annoying.
What do you want?
But yeah,
Yeah, you're right. It's either the battery, the alternator, or the starter.
yeah.
Right there. So yeah.
I know it's not the battery.
It's one of these two.
It's probably the alternator. But yeah, that was my morning, and then now I got hit with this news that forgot what I fucking
Oh, the rainy day.
It's annoying because I like in my mind I kind of like I like got past the okay, my car's not starting, whatever. I got past that and I was like, okay, back to a good mood, you know. And like I got my massage, I got the cupping done on my hamstring that I really needed, and I got on a call with one of our athletes, and I helped him out with his schedule and spoke to him a little bit, and then get here, you guys saw me, I was in a good mood, everything was fine, and then I forgot to do assignment.
It happens, bro.
It's just so annoying.
It's just one of those days.
But anyways, what have you been up to? Damn, you're really repping Slammers today, huh?
Yeah, dude. It's cold, that's why. This is like the only warm thing I have. Nah, nothing special. Just been, coaching, trying to get clients. Dude, that call that we had today was like sick because we're taking like a business type of course, and the information that we got today was dang. It's like you'd pay a lot to even get that information. So
yeah, that's
I'm like excited to just implement that, and I'm gonna rewatch it again just to like double, triple, like just take notes and execute. So. Yeah, dude. So far, it's just been at work, to be honest.
That's good. So, how has it been? Like, cause I know like you said like last podcast you were kind of scared. Now that
I'm still like, cause we I haven't like secured the clients that I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like not as in like. I just haven't gotten clients. Is what I'm trying to say. Not like I'm so specific. No. So yeah, right now I'm still like, damn, like it's the second week now and I still don't have this. And then I blame it on myself, obviously, because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But like I said, this call that we had definitely gave me way more confidence in doing so. So yeah, now it's just like, getting in those calls, reaching out to people. And just showing them what we're about and how we can help.
Yeah, because I think the audience probably doesn't really understand when you say get on those calls, but basically what we do is that we try to get on a call and try to see how we can help the athlete. But the difficult part is getting that athlete to get on the call.
Yeah.
And I think now that the information that we got this morning, I think it can help you now, like really gives you like a good idea how to actually do that, how to properly execute it. So, yeah. But in terms of like, is it stressful? Are you feeling stressed because of it?
Yeah, I'm not trying to stress about it because I don't know. I've just been trying to stay as positive as I can, and I'm just like it's gonna it's little slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be as positive as possible and not trying to be hard on myself as much because I still do stuff I'm still coaching and with like Slammers and stuff. So it's not like I'm not doing anything. So I mean. If I wasn't doing anything, if I was just on my ass, just watching TV, then I'd be like, what am I doing with my life? Like I'm literally just wasting shit. But I'm not. I'm actually trying to learn new things and trying to use that in the real world.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. I think though. I think you should start getting a little bit harder on yourself.
No, definitely.
Just so you can stay on top of everything, because like we established, I am hard on myself, but I get shit done.
Yeah.
Right. And I think I owe it all to me being hard on myself. If I don't do something, honestly, the reason why I'm upset that I missed the assignment is because I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm upset that I myself that I forgot. I'm not upset that there's a assignment due at 5. It's I'm upset with myself that I let that pass.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like a big thing with me is I have time and I know I schedule it. All right, I'm gonna do it at this time, and then it comes to the point where I just overthink it, and I'm just damn, but what if I don't say the right things, or what if I just don't get a reply, or just things like that. And then I feel like overthinking affects me a lot. Even when I speak to someone, say the interview that I had this last week.
Bro.
This last week I had an interview and I just like he literally just asking me questions about myself and I'm just like, wait, what was he gonna say? Like I just like blank out because I'm overthinking it to the point where I just like I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. Well, I was on like that. Like I was just gonna say like, a lot of times what I've noticed it's not necessarily like me overthinking it, so it's not exactly the same, but me losing my train of thought happens a lot. No, not even losing my train of thought. It's just me not really listening to the other person. So I've caught myself a lot when somebody is talking to me about something. I don't know why I have so many things going through my mind that I'm thinking of something else. Like I'm genuinely thinking of like, oh shit, I gotta do this assignment, or I gotta train this player, and that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Like, okay, like what am I gonna do at this training session? Like, that kind of stuff. And then when I'm talking to that person, I like mid sentence, like while they're talking to me, like mid conversation, I catch myself like, oh shit, I didn't get anything that they're saying.
Yeah,
and then, dude, it's bad because then I respond with like, oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and then like you said, like me, like I'm just like straight on just thinking about like what he's asking me, like what I should answer, and I can't think of anything.
Yeah. Well, it's just I think it has to do a lot with just like it can be lack of confidence.
Definitely, that's the first thing in my mind.
Yeah.
That's lack of confidence, 100%. Cause, yeah, I don't know why, dude. Like I know what I how to say, but I just in the moment I just can't, like it just doesn't process in my head. I'm just like
I think it's just because I deal with that sometimes too, and I think it's just a lot of it like it has to do a lot with like who we're talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're talking to somebody who, let's say, like stereotypically or whatever has authority or whatever, like an example, and it's been an example that I've encountered a few times in my life, where whenever I speak to a white upper class parent or just person, who's obviously wealthy and has had a successful career or whatever, whenever I speak to them, I do catch myself in those instances overthinking it because I want to say the right thing, or I want to come across like, whatever, right? And so I do catch myself doing that, but then when I'm speaking to now, which is, it's just, I think it's just been engraved in us that like these are the type of people we need to impress, or something,
Yeah, but dude, I'm like that with everyone. Like, you even saw in the call we had not that long ago, I was saying something, and I'm just, like, repeating myself, and I'm just, like, damn, like, I don't know how to, like, continue on with what I was saying, so.
Yeah, well, I think in that instance, when you were talking, you said the right things, but then you repeated yourself and said the right thing, and you said exactly what you said already. Like, you said the right things, and then you said it again, and then at that point, I think you caught yourself like, oh, I'm repeating myself, I don't know how to end this. And then, then you say you blank. But you say the right things, and I think there you cut it. I think we try to talk too much to try to overcompensate for the lack of confidence. You're just trying to
prove what you're saying. I don't know. Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying.
Like, you're trying to, you're trying to impress the other person. You're trying to prove to them that you know what you're talking about. And it then at the end of it, it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are rambling. Now you're just adding. Yeah, now you're just adding certain things that don't need to be added into it because you are overthinking stuff.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times I think it's just learn to just like.
It's because I feel like I had more to say, but then the second part I totally forgot what I was gonna say, so I'm just like.
Yeah. I mean. It happens. I think it's just practice.
It does. Yeah, honestly, it is.
You just gotta practice.
Because this is new. All this is new to me, dude. You know me. I'm like super quiet when it comes to like being around people or like just speaking around like new people. But
you're naturally introverted.
Yeah, super introverted. But like at home, like you see me just like cussing you guys out and stuff.
But and that's the thing too. Also, is that I think naturally the way we grew up. I mean, come on, we had friends whose parents wouldn't let them hang out with us because of how much we cussed and how we were and stuff like that.
We're bad influence.
Yeah, that was us growing up. But I think we speak very like, I don't even want to say ghetto, but we speak like, we don't speak very educated. Yeah. You know, we don't have such high vocabulary when we speak amongst us, which I think a lot of people don't. Like when they speak with their friends, I think that a lot of them just speak like very casually, you know, use a lot of slang and stuff. I think I have gotten better now being able to switch between the two.
Yeah. I've noticed that, dude. Like when you speak with like our athletes, like you like spot on, like with everything that you're saying, and everything just flows like perfect. And I'm just like, damn. Like, and I want to be like that. Like I'm trying to be like that, and I'm just like.
I contribute that a lot to just practicing, bro. Like I practice a lot, like just whenever I speak to parents, I've always just tried to speak more properly, speak more like, you know, I am educated. So I'm gonna speak educated, like, you know, like. And so,
see, that's probably the thing. Like I'm not as educated because I didn't take education serious.
Yeah. Yes. But and I think that's just that can contribute to the vocabulary things. But I think you try to. I think that is where a lot of the lack of confidence comes, is the vocabulary part of it. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to use big words to describe something. You just, dude, we're speaking to, like, a lot of our athletes, we're speaking to, you know, kids who haven't even reached the education that you reached, you know? So to them, it's like, you don't need to speak to them with such high vocabulary. You just speak to them, like, casually, like, they're, like, dumb it down, what you're trying to say, dumb it down, and make it make sense as in the simplest terms as possible. But just try not to. Just I think a lot of times we're just trying to impress. We're trying to overcompensate, and I think that's what's causing you to overthink. I think a lot of times if you just say exactly what you know, and try not. I think the overthinking is not because of trying to figure out what to say. It's just trying to figure out how to say it. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And if you just figure out like that, because a lot of times when I talk to our athletes, or when I talk to a parent, when I talk to somebody, you know, like, it's just honestly, it's speaking a lot nicer, if that makes sense. Speaking a lot nicer, a lot more, again, like, proper, but I'm not using big words, you know. If that makes sense. But yeah, Cassette told me the other day that she's like, she heard me on the call, but I was in a call with Sean, and she heard me and she was like, "Damn, like, when did he turn into like a business guy?" Like, not like a she said that I sounded like a business dad, you know, like one of those business dads who like are on the phone like talking business and stuff like that. And she said I sounded like a very business kind of person.
You're like one of those guys that Jerry says while the kid's training, the dad's making $1 million.
Yeah. That's so sick. Yeah. That's funny. Dude, Jerry's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, and so when I'm on the phone, like, you know, and so when she said that, I'm like, damn, so you think I'm good at business? She's like, no, I didn't say that. You said you sound like it. But, no, yeah, so I have noticed, yeah, that I'm getting more comfortable when it comes to switching between the two. But yeah, it's just practice, bro. And that's why I say, like, I want you talking a lot more on our calls and stuff, just so you get that practice, you know, and then eventually, like, we branch out. Yeah. You can have your group of athletes, I get my group of athletes, rather than doing it all together at the same time, you know?
For sure.
But, yeah, again, it'll come. I have so much practice to do, because there's moments where I'm like, all right, I'm repeating myself.
You know what's a big thing that I feel that contributes to, like, me, like, overthinking all that? It's the sense of, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome. It's like me, like, not feeling like I'm that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, and a lot of it has to do with our age.
Yeah. Whoa, dude, I'm 24, so not really.
No, still. And I spoke to Sean, who's in his 30s, and I spoke to one other person, and they said similar things, and what Sean basically told me was that he's like, you gotta understand that naturally, when parents view you, a 20-year-old, and view a 30-something-year-old, they're gonna relate more with a 30-something-year-old than they are with a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
They're gonna trust more in the 30-year-old than they are in the 20-year-old, naturally. And so I think when we're in that situation, at least for me, like the other day, because we're planning on hosting a tournament, and we're looking for venues to host a tournament at. Yesterday when I went to go meet with the owner of the venue, I was like, in my mind, I've never done this before, but I don't know why, like these thoughts were coming into my mind where like, what if he just laughs because I'm a 20-year-old coming in here? Okay. You know? Yeah. Like, what if he doesn't take me serious because I'm 20? What if he doesn't think I have the money to do this? Yeah. That kind of stuff. Like that like comes in my mind and I'm just like, oh, damn. And it's psyching me out, As much as I like to say I have a positive mindset and stuff like that, these are natural thoughts, and it's just more battling them and figuring out how to overcome them. And I spoke with the guy and we sorted it out, whatever. It's kind of pricey, to be honest, but like, and that's that kind of thing. It's just kind of like that I think comes into my mind when it comes to like, we find like we already, like, it's just with anything else, we try to think of like reasons why somebody would, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like,
but what if it's like yourself? Like, what if you're like, dude, I don't
with you? Okay, so the one thing before we entered this new program that we're doing for the business, we both didn't look at ourselves as entrepreneurs, or natural entrepreneurs. Yeah. We didn't view ourselves as entrepreneurs. Yuli, would you say we're entrepreneurs?
Yeah, like 100%. That's how I saw you guys in the first place. Why do you guys never see yourself like that? I see myself as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, like, yes, and so because I'm gonna speak for myself, but you probably relate with this 100%. Like we don't love money. Like we don't. The only reason we care for money is to support our family. That's the only reason we really care for money. We care for money because my parents always struggled with it, and growing up, that's all we've really dealt with was just money, stress about paying bills, making rent, having to take out loans, and being in debt. That kind of stuff, that was instilled in my head at such a young age for the longest time.
I've never seriously said that I wanted to be a millionaire. That's not at all what I still to this day. Like, maybe like it'd be cool to get there, but it's not my goal. It's like, I'm just, what I want to be is financially stable. That's it.
So I want to be a millionaire, but it's just like, but the reason why I want to is because that's a goal, just so that I don't, because I like shooting for the moon, bro. Like, I like my goals to be big, and if I don't have a goal, I have goals in everywhere else in my life, but if I don't have a goal in my, like a really like like I'm trying to say, like a very specific goal for, in terms of finance, then I'm gonna lose the motivation there. But if I see that I'm reaching my goal in financially, then it'll give me a sense of fulfillment in that category. Yeah. If that makes sense. But I understand where you're coming from. It's just like, you don't care to be a millionaire to say that I'm a millionaire. I don't care to be a millionaire to say I'm a millionaire. I care to be a millionaire just to say that I worked my ass off to get to where to this point, and I've been able to support my family and my friends. But. But basically, so the reason why we didn't feel like we view ourselves as entrepreneurs is because of that reason, that we don't really care for money. We don't really care we love to help more than we love to make money, far more. That's the only reason why we made Athletics Ascent. We didn't think of Athletics Ascent.
That was not at all. Like, dude, the money part didn't even come into our heads when we were thinking about this.
Like, this, starting January was the year that we, like, this year, 2021 was the year where we're like, all right, let's treat this more like a business. Mm-hmm. Okay, because when we spoke to one of our mentors right now, she told us, like, you're doing a disservice to the people you're trying to help by not helping yourselves. You cannot help these group of people if you are not able to feed yourself, which is true. I'm not, like, I found myself dreading helping other athletes because the fulfillment I get from helping these athletes, it doesn't feed me. It doesn't bring me money for gas. It doesn't, that kind of stuff. Like, like yes, I'm happy that I helped this athlete, but then I come home and I'm stressing because I don't know what to eat. I don't know how am I gonna eat. I don't know how I'm gonna pay my gas. I don't know how I'm gonna, that kind of stuff. Like
it's me right now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but so that's why we had to turn that into a bit, like now take it more serious as a business, and I think, and so going back to like you're saying like imposter syndrome, like that kind of thing, like she really made us realize that we are entrepreneurs, and now I view myself as like a business guy, like as an entrepreneur. I really view myself that way. So, and I don't know if you do yet or if you have.
I'm getting there for sure.
Yeah. And I think that like once someone like, what is it that you feel like, is it that you're,
it's my experience in it. It's
like you feel like you don't really,
not even really, in the business side, just like psychological, like in the soccer sense.
No, yeah.
I didn't go through. Dude, I went through like the worst possible route you could go to. I just went straight to high school. Didn't even try college. I didn't try college. I didn't try club or anything like that. I just.
How perfect is that? Like us teaming up together. How perfect?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's. I always see like it's crazy how we took like exact opposite routes and like.
And now we're able to mesh it on one, and we can prevent players who are 14 years old who are in injury. We can prevent them from going through taking your path and lead them more towards the path that I was able to accomplish. Where now, people who were in both our situations with no guidance growing up, before you even got your injury, that time, and now take them towards the path. Not even the path that I took, because the path I took a lot longer. For me to get to that path, if we get them to get through like that path system, or a better system before then, we're able to do that now. Yeah. And so that's what I think you gotta realize, like.
And it's a lot easier now with the more like more leagues growing up.
Dude, bro.
That's way easier now.
Bro. Do you know this is crazy with the DA being like not existing anymore? ECNL is going to be the new academy level.
That's crazy.
ECNL, right? So now kids who are just in the regular club team, so for instance, like let's say if I was still at Slammers.
Slammers has ECNL, huh?
Yeah, if I think so. I think they're trying to. I'm not sure if they. And so if we were to now, let's say I was at Slammers, like let's say 15 for the 15-year-olds. They're at a club team, right? And they say Slammers, and DA gets shut down or doesn't exist anymore or whatever. ECNL is not viewed as a new academy type of level, or the academies that were there are now going into ECNL. That club team gets put into ECNL. You have so much more eyes on you now, because now colleges are scouting from the ECNL pool, and that's just about to go into college. But now go into professional world. You got NISA, you got USL League 1,
League 2.
Yeah, well, League 2 is it's semi-pro. Well, but if I'm saying stepping into the pro leagues, like there's so many more options now. So it's like, at least here in the States, there's so
they're only expanding, dude. Like more clubs are going into like the MLS, more clubs are opening up in the USL.
So it's just like like there's definitely a lot more opportunities, and I think us doing our research on those opportunities, or even me experiencing those opportunities, gives us a lot of leverage when it comes to helping these athletes and make it to that.
For sure.
Route. Because, dude, like, somebody could easily, in the positions we were in high school, could easily go throughout high school not realizing that all these opportunities that are opening up.
Yeah.
And then maybe when we're in that stage, like there's probably so many options that we could add that we didn't know of.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. Yeah. The one thing. Okay, so I found out about academy soccer. So strikers, like after a game with AYSO, they went up to me and gave me their card and be like, "Oh yeah, you're really good. You should come out." And it was like I was freaking like 7th grade. I don't even know. I look up the website and I just look at the price. I'm just like, oh, can't afford it, and that's it. Never knew about scholarships. Never knew about any of that.
Yeah. See, man, like it's like, yeah. That's why I think like this, what we're doing is, like I love what we're doing because initially, and it still is not about the money. It's about like like we started this, and when you started it, you came to me with the idea to help these players and to avoid what what we kind of went through in the beginning and what you eventually like had to experience, you know. So
yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool what we're doing, and little by little, we're growing. I think that's the best way to grow is little by little.
Experiencing it.
Yeah, because if we just were to blow up right now, I don't think I would enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be ready, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it is an experience, like, growing little by little is an experience that we need.
For sure.
But with that being said, we are blowing up on Reels on Instagram.
Dude,
15,000 views.
16 right
Oh,
now.
16?
16.2 thousand, and we posted last week. And honestly, that's like the one video that we're just like, all right, just post it.
Yeah,
we didn't even think about like promoting it or like making a sales call, like a sales.
Oh yeah.
Like a click funnel or whatever.
It was just kind of like for fun, you know, highlight what we do.
Just show like what we do with the kids, and that's almost blowing up, dude. So.
That's pretty cool though. Yeah. But I think it's 36 minutes. So we'll wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
But yeah, I think there's no theme to this podcast. I think we went all over the place.
It's more like a therapy session for me and you a little ranting.
It was just more, yeah.
Talking about our lives.
Yeah. But is there anything else?
We do have something coming out in a week or so. So keep an eye on that. I feel like it'll benefit a lot of people. And clear a lot of like questions for those who are trying to, play pro or college level. So
well, we can say it. Like we're like
go say it. I mean, I was just like, I don't know.
Well,
I'll just
briefly, it's just like
suspense.
We're gonna come out with like a 6 to 8 week program. We're still figuring out the details, but we're coming out with a 6 to 8 week program, and to really set out like a blueprint for. We're gonna start out with college, right?
I want to do both. So, what I want to do is just set them up ready for either or. So especially if it's gonna be 8 weeks. I'd rather give them the research. Not even like. Still in the works. We're still thinking about it, but. Yeah. Point is, I kind of want to base for both.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're still figuring out the details. But basically, if you're a player who wants to play in college or wants to play pro, keep a lookout in the next week or two. We're going to come out with something a program that can definitely benefit you guys.
Yeah. I am excited, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be the freaking... It'll just get you, like, once you guys go through all this, you'll know what you need to know in order to go play college or to, play pro ball, whether if it's in the U.S. or abroad. So, I'm excited. I have a lot of, like, ideas in mind, so.
For sure. All right. Well, yeah, that's good, no? I think that's it.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching another episode of Athletics Ascent podcast. Catch you guys later.